Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing whether or not 1 day of overstay can result in a 5-year ban. I thought of making this after I made a recent video where this came up in discussion, and then there were comments, and one of the comments said, you do not get banned for 1 day overstay, you get a fine, 90-day overstay, yes. Yeah, I love these just blanket comments where people just come down from up on high with the tablets of immigration and tell me, the Philistine, that this is how immigration law works. No, you're not correct. Yes, it is possible to get a 5-year ban on overstay of 1 day, as we discussed in the video itself, and as I explained, there is a specific provision. I talked about this when the rules came online. We were doing videos about it all the way back then. That yes, if you're apprehended in Thailand in any kind of overstay, if you're apprehended in Thailand, detained by law enforcement, you will be banned for 5 years, even as a result of a 1 day overstay. That's the rule. It's in there. It was part of the announcement when they came up with blacklisting. When was that? Was that 2014? That was even before we were filming. But then they brought online the blacklisting rules for duration of time within about 18 months of that. And we've done the videos. I'll put one of them up. It's quite old. And it's why I'm making another one, because apparently people aren't aware of this. But yes, if you're in 1 day of overstay and you get a traffic citation and the Thai police officer runs your record and they see you're on overstay, you'll be detained and they will process you through immigration and you will be deported and you will be blacklisted for 5 years. We've seen this. I've seen this happen on people that it's happened to for a day. Literally, they've been on a 1 day overstay. Now, on top of that, immigration enforcement is getting better. Through digitization, they are now able to correlate people's overstay, their address. They're able to correlate their visa status, whether or not they've gotten an extension, whether or not they're in overstay. They can correlate that with their address of record via their TM30, and boom, they know where you're at, and they are apprehending people. It's actually kind of eerie how effective they are at apprehending people, especially we've seen down in Phuket. The immigration's been showing up at people's houses and saying, hey, you're on overstay, you got to go. That's happening, okay? And yes, 1 day of overstay is enough. You know, again, I saw multiple comments on that video where we were talking about that, where people just said, that's not true. Yeah, it is. You know, I don't know what to tell you other than that. You know, now what the rule actually says is any amount of overstay. Well, 1 day of overstay is an overstay. And again, we've dealt with this on a very intimate, well, not intimate, but on a very practical level, on a fundamental level. We have dealt with this. We have, had people contact us that have been blacklisted, or they're in detention and they're processing their deportation, which may or may not be, you may be able to deal with that if they're still in country. Again, it depends on circumstances. But yeah, 1 day of overstay can result in a 5-year blacklisting from the Kingdom of Thailand.